getting ready to make fried green tomatoes. I have a few green tomatoes here. They actually came from my garden because where I live, they do not sell green tomatoes. Nowhere at all. So if you ain't growing them, you ain't getting them, okay? First thing we're going to do is slice our tomatoes, and you want them to be maybe about this thick. You don't want them too thick, but you also don't want them too thin. I'm going to lay these out on paper towels because we're going to salt them so that we can pull some of the extra moisture out of them while we make up our dredge and our sauce. Because once we get ready to put them in the air fryer is going to be really, really quick. And I don't like to throw any part of my green tomatoes away, so I'm actually going to cook it all. Okay, now I'm going to take some kosher salt and I'm going to sprinkle it on it. Then we're going to set these aside so that some of the extra moisture can come up out of the tomatoes. And if you don't want to use the salt, you don't have to do that part, but definitely sit them on some paper towels and let them drain. You want that extra moisture to get out of them so when they fry up nice and crispy and not mushy. The next thing we're going to make is a sauce, a dipping sauce for our tomatoes. Now, this sauce doesn't necessarily have a particular name. It's just the sauce that I make up when I need something really quick and easy. So we're going to start off with mayo in this sauce. To that, I'm going to add some spicy brown mayo. We're going to use some red hot sauce. I am using some dill pickles. I will be putting some lemon in it, as well as my Pam's Prep all-purpose seasoning. Okay, to that we're going to be adding the brown spicy mustard. If you hear some ticking or humming in the background, that is actually my air fryer. You want to go ahead at this point and turn your air fryer on to 425 degrees or as high as it will go. Mine will only go to about 400, so I'll probably need to cook it just a minute or two longer. And I'm going to put in here some lemon, hot sauce, and my Pam's all-purpose seasoning. And stir that up really well and taste it. Make sure it has the seasonings that you want in it. Ooh, that is delicious, delicious, delicious. Okay, so you're going to need 3 bowls. You're going to need one for your flour, one for your liquid, and one for your cornmeal. So the first bowl, I'm going to add in my flour. I am not measuring. I'm just putting it in here, but I will have all the exact measurements for you guys down in the description. To my flour, I am adding some of my Pam's Prep all-purpose seasoning. We'll mix that together shortly. You'll need an egg. It's just 1 egg. I'm going to beat it lightly before putting it in my bowl. To that, I am adding some heavy whipping cream. Make sure that's combined. And because I want to make sure everything that I add onto the tomatoes is well seasoned through and through, I will be adding some of my Pam's Prep seasoning to everything as well. It doesn't take a lot, but I like for everything to be seasoned in layers. Now we're going to move on. I am using some yellow cornmeal for this last dredge with breadcrumbs. Okay, you want to combine your flour and combine your breadcrumbs and cornmeal with the seasoning. Okay, now, as you can see, our paper towels are super wet. That's how much moisture is in the tomato. So now I'm going to take another paper towel and gently press into them to get that moisture off, as well as some of the excess salt. So we have flour here. We're going to start with our flour, then we're going to go to our wet mixture, and then we're going to go last with our breadcrumbs and cornmeal. You need to also get another tray that is lined with parchment paper. That is what we're going to sit them on until we have them all dredged and ready to air fry. So just start with your tomato, put it in the flour first, and try to use one hand for each ingredient, dry versus wet. So a hand for dry and a hand for wet. Make sure you shake off any excess. You don't need that extra on there. Make sure you get milk on it all over. That's going to allow your breadcrumbs to adhere, even your sides. Okay, again, make sure you shake off any excess and into your breadcrumbs. Want to make sure it's well coated all over. And it should look like that. Go ahead, sit it down. Okay, this is what they should look like before going into the air fryer. Okay, we are ready for the air fryer. We are going to air fry them for 3 minutes on each side. Once we flip them over, it's not going to be an exact 3 minutes. It's going to be until they're nice, crispy, and golden brown, but it's an average of 3 minutes. Now, you should have had your air fryer preheating on 425 degrees. My air fryer only goes up to 400. So I'm probably going to cook mine for like 4 minutes. Make adjustments where needed. Okay, let's take this out. Oh, you want to put them in a single layer in your air fryer basket. And try to make sure they are not touching if at all possible. Okay, spray the tops with some olive oil spray and into the air fryer. And we'll be back. Okay, time for us to flip them over. Spray again. 3 more minutes or until nice golden brown and crispy. Okay, these are done. Look at that. Don't they look amazing? Oh my goodness. Ooh, make sure you work in batches. Do not overcrowd your air fryer. And I am going to put my next batch in and we'll be back. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Even my little end piece. Yes. Ooh, we are all done. Look at that, look at that. Don't they look amazing? Ooh wee. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. They smell amazingly delicious. They're nice and crispy. I mean, you all are using your air fryer for no matter what it is. If you want it to get crispy, you need to make sure you preheat your oven for a good amount of time, 10, 15 minutes. I know it seems like a long time. Do it. Just preheat that air fryer, okay? If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much. And for my channel members, thank you from the bottom of my heart. These tomatoes came from my garden at the Scaredy Cat Gardener on YouTube. So don't forget to check that channel out, as well as Pam's POV and my relaxing stories. Take a second and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. Okay, without further ado, got my little taste tester here. Let me break it off. Y'all know I can't bite. I could just put this whole thing in my mouth though. Ooh. Look at me making a mess. Delicious. I want my piece of crust. This is amazing. And the sauce, just the right amount of heat. Just the right amount of heat from the hot sauce. It's not overpowering. You can taste my Pam's Prep all-purpose seasoning. I'll leave that link at the end of this video as well. Guys, if you haven't had fried green tomatoes, you need to make some. And if you have had them, I don't know if you've had them in the air fryer, try it out. Oh my goodness. And make this dip. This is a dip that you can use for anything. You can put it on sandwiches. I've done that. Put it on hamburgers. It's just an all-around good dip. Okay, I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.